William Whalen here for GetMoreSports.com, and the college basketball coaching hot seat is as warm as ever. And a lot of names have fluctuated on this list over the last kind of year, and a lot of the same names we've looked at a lot of different times. Obviously, to start the year, Tom Crean kind of led the list. There's a lot of pressure at a place like Indiana, but they've really turned things around after struggling, especially defensively, in the second half of their non-conference slate. I think they've really turned things around. They're obviously sitting on top with Iowa of the Big Ten table at the moment. If the Hoosiers can keep things going and then make a run in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, Tom Crean should get a chance to come back and be the head coach of the Hoosiers once again. So I took him off of the hot list this week. Obviously, another big name was Dave Rice at UNLV. With his firing, he comes off the hot list, and he was the first major victim of the hot list, or the hot seat, pardon me. So who is kind of under pressure right now? I look at a guy like Orlando Antigua at South Florida. You look at John Gross at Illinois. Obviously, a guy like Johnny Jones at LSU. The Tigers have started to turn things around a little bit, but they have a lot of room to go. You look at Trent Johnson at TCU, a program that last year I thought was one of the best teams in the country that was right around 500 or just under throughout the year. And I thought they were one of the toughest teams for that record, but I need them to take the next step in the Big 12. I know it's tough, but at a certain point, you just got to do it. Non-traditional powers step up in leagues across the country and make things happen. And it's been done before, and it will be done again. You've got to be able to do it at a place like TCU. You've got to be able to land a couple recruiting battles, win a couple of those against the big guys in Dallas. And TCU just simply hasn't been able to do it enough. Then you look at Travis Ford at Oklahoma State. There were so many rumors about his dismissal a year ago. You would expect it to happen this year since they do not look like an NCAA tournament team. Recruiting still isn't up to snuff to what it was in years past. Landing a McDonald's All-American like Marcus Smart, having him be a National Player of the Year candidate, and still not taking advantage in the Big 12. I think that's kind of the final straw for Travis Ford. He hasn't been able to recover. You look at Josh Pastner at Memphis. A lot of progress early on in his career there, but the recruiting chances that they took haven't panned out. Guys have transferred, underachieved. His record is pretty much the same as John Calipari's was at the same time, but nonetheless, they just haven't lived up to expectations of a program like that since they've moved outside of the Conference USA. You look at Minnesota with Richard Pitino. He's under a lot of pressure as well. I do think that he'll probably get another year, but nonetheless, Minnesota is a sneaky good coaching position, and you've got to be able to win games and take advantage now that Bo Ryan is out at Wisconsin. You've got to kind of establish yourself up there, and they haven't been able to do it. So those are my hot seat coaches right now. Let me know if I missed anybody. I'm sure I did. Obviously looking towards Georgia Tech and schools like that. But these are the top guys right now. So let me know what you think in the comments section.